You know, we can debate the science. I'm going to show you some, but it's just nonsense. It's just absolute, utter nonsense. And I'm going to show you why it's nonsense, because we talk about who's right here, because here's the global warming theory, circular reasoning at its best, and it truly is. Here's climate change to the rescue, but here's climate change, 1996 to 2014. This comes from the, what's that? National Aeronautics and Space Administration. What? The Goddard Institute for Space. These guys got to know what they're talking about. And what are they showing you right there? Does anybody notice something about that graph? Pretty flat line, isn't it? More importantly, not only is it flat line, but do you notice in terms of their relative scale over here, which they love to talk about, temperature anomaly. I look out my window every morning, look at the temperature, and it's an anomaly. One day it's up, one day it's down, and I dress accordingly. I put on a sweater, I throw on a t-shirt, pair of shorts, whatever it tells me, right? Look at where it goes, okay? What does the scale mean? Well, it just means, you know, we started at 0 and we're going to go up something, but it goes from here and here. Of course, it's degrees centigrade, but look what it does. That's what it's supposed to do. Well, that, of course, is called climate change. But do you understand? It is. I can't argue with them. They're right. It's climate change. But do you notice the trend? Okay? Looks pretty flat. Well, that actually is the truth. For 18 years, we've had no global warming. Oh, but every day on TV, you see the ice falling into some ocean. I don't know. Most of it's filmed. Do you know Antarctica now has more ice than it's ever had? The one that was the funniest, they sent a group of these climate change clowns, that's hard to say, down to Antarctica. Did you see that one? And they had this giant boat, 200 foot. They were going to study the effects of climate change on Antarctica, and they got stuck in the ice. It froze around the boat. They had to send the Argentinian Navy out to save them. You can't make this up. It's too funny. Okay? Here's climate change to the rescue again. I want you to look at this graph. This is a graph. This is, by the way, the UK's Met Center. This is the Hadley Center for Climate Research. And I want you to look that this actually starts, I just want to make sure I actually have the right year here. Yeah, 1880. That's what I thought. I just want to make sure this wasn't the one with 1980. But look at this over here. Yeah, it dropped a bit. And then it went up. Notice what it's doing here? The trend, actually, when you plot this on the graph, it goes just like this, up like this, and it's actually heading back down now. That's the bottom line. Can you argue climate change? No. There it is, and I concur. We have it. But I want you to look at the scale. This is the difference in the temperatures. 0.4 degrees to 0.6 degrees. That's about a degree. Okay. So, anybody worse for the wear? No. But notice what it does. It cycles. No one argues. That's from 1880 to now. Okay? It looks like a kind of a normal graph to me, a little cooler, a little hotter, by amount of degrees on average that I cannot feel in my body. Let's take a look at another one quickly. This is 1850 to 2000. Now, these are measuring slightly different things. Some use satellites. Obviously, back then they didn't, so now they're using other measures for this. But do you notice what it does there, too? It's down here. But again, look at the scale. Right? Down here, bounced around for a while, went up a little bit. And look at the curve as it's been plotted out. It's now heading back down. Here's the way they look at it. Uh-oh. See, that's what they're doing. But that's not the way you plot it mathematically. I know these kind of curves. I know the way they plot. It's heading back down. What you find funny about this is that, and this was spoken to by some of our other speakers, if you dare say anything different, you're ostracized. If you dare say anything different, you lose your grants. You'll find yourself going from a full professor to the guy that cleans up the restrooms afterwards. This is the problem that you have. You're a research scientist or want to be one, and you're in school and you're working on your doctorate. Guess what your doctoral paper is going to be about? Climate change and the disaster we're headed for. Why? Because you won't get your doctorate. That's why. It's a lie. All of it's a lie. Just another graph. This is from the University of Alabama, just in case you think I wanted to pick on universities. They know the truth. Look at the truth. And if you actually plot the curve, you get the same thing, but it's from about -4 to about, see, they all have the same data, but look at the expansive years from 1979 to 2013. Where's the global cooling? Where's the global warming? Where is it? Yeah, it goes up and down. Okay. Sometimes, did you ever notice growing up, sometimes you had a bad winter, sometimes you had a good one. Sometimes the sun was a little cooler, sometimes it was so hot you wanted to get back to the global cooling. Of course you do. It's called climate change. Wow. This is a really good one because I want you to look at the last, what are those dates? 4,500 years? This is a great graph that's been put together with a lot of painstaking work, but the bottom line here, and this is Harrison Mann, by the way, that put this together, 4,500 years. Anybody knows climate change? They're even the ones told you about the ice age back here. You're worried about a little global warming here, and look at the ice age they had. Now again, even as bad as this looks, you're talking a degree or two. But do you notice one thing? You get my point? Do your homework. If you're interested in environmentalism and the disaster that is, the Green Dragon DVD I have from the Cornwall Alliance is a 12-hour program, 4 DVDs, and an accompanying book. It's in depth. It's in depth. You can see me about it back there. It's what you want to take a look at. What drives it? And this is where we're going to end on this, because you have to understand that there are ulterior motives and, of course, the easy implementation of this. These provide new tax revenue streams. This is motivation. It clearly is an anti-Christian agenda because God said, populate the earth. They want, you know what they want to reduce it to? Some of the more radical ones? 500 million, 500 million. We're now at 7 billion. They want to do. See, here's their fear. God made the earth, and in a senile moment, he's looking and he goes, oh, I didn't make it big enough. Wow. They're overrunning what I thought they would do. That's why I have to end it. Come on. Is that what you believe in your God of the Bible? That you somehow are overpopulating more than he thought you were going to do? No. Population control, global governance. This is one of the great things there. Look at the Kyoto agreements. Look at all the things they're doing. It's all to put supranational organizations in charge. Easy implementation. All you need is a couple advocacy groups that start screaming about animal rights and we're all dying and everything else. Media loves a crisis. Hollywood sees an opportunity. Politicians grab the opportunity. Academia sees opportunity for funding. And the public, you've heard it from all the guys, they're oblivious as usual. Because you don't know your history. You don't know your history. You don't know what's going on, you're not paying attention, you don't do your homework, you don't do your research, and you don't know God's word the way you should. This is why it happens.